Hey fam, Mama here. Join me as I revisit some of my favorite indie horror games that I've previously played over on my Twitch channel. Or we might just discover some new titles for the first time together. If you have any recommendations for me, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Mama says so. And as always, stay nerdy. Hey fam, Mama here. Today we are going to be playing a horror story, for the lack of a better description, called Love Sam. This is a beautifully tragic, sad horror game. I've been interested in coming back and replaying this one. It has been a bit since I played it the first time. Not that every detail is stuck in my memory, but the overall feeling of this game has definitely never left me, no matter how long it's been since I've played it. It does have some sensitive topics, not really uncommon with a lot of horror games, so I'm just gonna preface that. But I hope you enjoy it, and let's go ahead and replay Love Sam. This game is a perfect example of where there can be a lot of simplicity as long as the story kind of drives. And sometimes the real horror is in the details. Not to say that there aren't plenty of jump scares and disturbing things to be found in this one, but it really is one of those that it's not necessarily the jump scares that stay with you afterwards. It's beautiful. I can't wait for you to experience it or re-experience it. My dirty little secrets. Oh, I have to drag it. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock on the door. I've never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I just can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, overdramatic much. Knowing Brian Culmer, as much as I did, is bound to leave that big chunk of residue. Let's just say this diary is what is left of our relationship. 3 years. No. 3 years have passed and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me. I look like a mummified corpse. What would B say if he saw me again? B left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I could only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him too. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. So no matter how much B changes, I will always know it's him. But will B do the same for me? I loved B, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. It's been 3 years, so it's possible he did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? So here comes the big question. Will he remember me? Circle your answer. We'll say yes. Oh. Do I have a pencil? Do I need to find a pencil? Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, just kidding. Pencil. now we can sit down. Yes. Who am I kidding? It's B we're talking about. We didn't have the most perfect relationship, but he won't just dump his memory of me down the toilet or something. He's too much of a nice guy for that. Don't forget cute. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him, enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. Used to be my favorite place, naturally because it was B's favorite place to begin with. If there were two things that were too good for Rose and Peak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world. Brian Colmer. Things were so much easier back then. B would just go, hey, and I would be like, hi. Nothing but hanging out after that, with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he remember my voice? Will he say hey to me again? Did time already ruin our moments? Oh, I guess I didn't. I just wanted to say hello every time I called him. But what I want to do and can do are two different things. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of that phone was satisfying too, in a way, though. He was so eager to know who was calling him in the middle of the night. I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look beyond their eyes by just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. August 21st, 2006. That was a debut outfit. I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of new school, and the new girl in town got classified as undesirable by what seems to be the queen of Waywright Academy. I spent the last night telling myself, confidence, Sam, confidence. Looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. I try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me as if I'm candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know there's something fishy in there. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they didn't know Waywright even accepted transfers. It's been less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempt socializing with people who call me a city girl. Well, screw you too, hillbillies. Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how my old friends decided to turn on me. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary sure can help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten, but this seems like a good time to restart. Kudos to Mom for giving me the advice. Oh shoot, almost forgot calling her. Write you later, diary. My only true friend. Love, Sam. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it was as clear as the moment he left. So clear that the downfall of our relationship still cuts deep into my heart. Yeah, life in Rosen Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Write a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Lacey's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Lacey always told us poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his spirit can soar, first, he must answer the door. Knock, knock. Hello? Is there? Oh, August 22nd. Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama. Blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view triggered an obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stops talking about someone else. Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here at Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wayrite. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of an 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty for leaving her alone, even if it's Dad's fault our family is torn apart like this. You already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get your shit together. If not for you, her mom. Hey, their door's open. Other Wayrite kids were so predictable. Their doors were already open even before I put my hand on the knob. But B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him, but couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me, enough to make me want to never leave his side. Ever. Where did our light go? Whew. Um. Light. Light. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh. My first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mystery horror genre. Lush forests, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit to the lake one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just going to leave those POI on my to-do list, which is already filled with crazy amount of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wayrite will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class, to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded parts of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some sort of demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded how fucked up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. So, I wonder how I should spend this afternoon. Write you later. Love, Sam. B was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. B was the best quarterback Wayrite could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. Something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped restlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache. A good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. But as soon as B gave me that hey, all those headaches were washed away. It used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Take away the pain and let only the good things stay. Oh. For a boarding school, Wayrite intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library for Miss Lacey's book assignment today, and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in here. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they feared being lost in there? The place was too clean. Even the books showed little sign of human touch. I wonder if Stacy is even thinking of picking a book. With her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day, I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? According to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Open those eyes. No need for words. The sweetest love songs those eyes utter. So turn around and sing for me. Hi. Can we turn on our light yet? Of course we can't. Oh. Maybe we're not supposed to turn around? Nope. Maybe we're not supposed to turn around? Ah. We're supposed to get up and be brave. Be brave. Ooh. Okay. We have a stick. Can't come at me if I have a stick. Gross. Oh. Ooh. It's just a closet, but ooh. Alright. We have our stick. I miss him. Even when I'm with him. I see him. Even when he's not looking. Visited the library again. A bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. It's not worth a bother, but seeing as a major skank's boyfriend's bud wandering around a library is uncanny by anyone's standard. He must have been there to pick the book for Miss Lacey's assignment. I almost got too close to him, trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as a regular geek than a creepy one. Woe is me. Hate to admit, but seeing Brian at the library was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably because the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. Love, Sam. A jock in a library? Now I've seen everything. It said that there. I'm not being judgy. And one day, he will start looking for me too. Only to realize I was with him the whole time. Like a boogeyman under a sleeping child's bed. Oh, there's a note there. I feel like it says I should put it down. I feel like I should take the stick with me. Oh. You're gonna come out. Something's gonna come out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, let me guess. Now I need the stick. I need the stick. It was Mr. Kane's ninth psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time he gave each of us a mask and made us express our personalities by drawing on it. Again, this was psychology class. The last thing I want to do right now is open up to others, so for the next 30 cringy minutes, I managed to create one of the most basic personality masks one can imagine. If my mask were a cover letter, it would start with, "I'm a people person." But it's not the dumb exercise that's bugging me right now. When the masks were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kind of smiled at me. It's 11 p.m. now. Why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why the very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain probably wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. I knew there was going to be something under that bed. Oh, we don't have our stick anymore. What will B remember me as? A friend? A weirdo? A liar? After all, he didn't really know me. Like, really know me. No one did. I had to put on so many masks just to survive high school. The me that B knew was just layers and layers of fabricated image. I could never take them off. I couldn't let anyone see how vulnerable I was. I would have been eaten alive. Worse, B would have left me completely. Even when the fragile layers wore off, I couldn't take them off. So that's all I did. Cover up the holes before anyone could peek through. Cover them up. Don't let them see my face. Bind the lies. Oh. We're running out of time. Is this it? Oh, okay. There's one. Okay. Let's try this. Cover them up. Don't let them see my face. Find the lies. Alright, so I know this one. Oh, okay. Here's. Oh, no, come here. Right, that one. More. Woo! Okay. We've gotten 2 now. Okay. Go, 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 go. Like, they do not give you time on this one. This place isn't that big, but goodness. Okay, this one. I feel like the bathroom would be the next best place to go. Oh, look at that. Okay. Okay. Put that down. Sit. This. That one here. This one there. That one there. Wow. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I didn't know the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with a buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time, too, to just get the stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started, 'cause boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh, God. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said, see you later at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery? Real nice, Sam. If Brian didn't know you were a weirdo, he does now. Misery's a good book. What I did for B. All of them, because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared. But B didn't even appreciate the things I've done for him. I never wanted a drama. I wanted a poem like life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. I hope B remembers our own little world. Even if he forgot about it, I made him a map so he can find his way back. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Oh, it's not, B. Let's go back to our small world where all your favorite places are forever etched in my heart. Oh. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I went there. I went there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast. I was outside the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere. Again. He said hey and started telling me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since he was heading out, he offered to give me a tour of the town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner. Home of the world-famous pancakes, says Brian. There was also an arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place, too, unlike the music store, which, according to him, seriously needs to restock. I found my own POI, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side, though. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out of the window, I could see the weird, gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that he had a secret base of some kind there. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted but hyped up beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I when the whole day just feels like a dream? Oh. Okay, am I actually... Okay, mark our favorite spots. Is there another... What about this little heart? Hey! Okay. So the pancakes... the hill... and the donut shop. Okay. So pancakes. Assuming that's a hill. And the I miss Morning Dew Donut Shop. Bee never shut up about its donuts. They did taste sweet. Just like Bee's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. But just like a donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need it. I need to eat it up. Oh. I miss its warmth. Warm it up. That's not a donut. Okay. Can't eat it. Oh. Oh no, why? Why? Oh, there was a key in there. Key, okay. The golems just obliterated the hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. I would have called them an awesome duo too if only Kyle wasn't an assload of a douche. I mean, the guy has his name tattooed on his arm. Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked, or get that ego checked out. It must be swollen huge. At least he leaves me alone, other than giving me the creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can keep hanging out with him, but Brian, they do say we sometimes become friends with those who we aren't, who we are at opposite ends, so maybe it's not such a weird thing. For me, the real win was the photos I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Bringing the Polaroid camera I bought years ago during my camera geek phase seemed like a good idea now. Sigh, I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama, but when I look at Brian, when he talks to me, it feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now, I'm going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on and just shove it under my bed like the pictures I took today. I hated every moment I was not with Bee. I was helpless. Every day, I wanted to call him just so we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It could even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say hello. That was as far as our late night phone call chit-chat would go. I hung up, wondering if he knew who was on the other end of the line. I remember the strong burning sensation that came every time I called him. That red, fiery sensation. Red. So fucking red. Red everywhere. Sam and Brian. Oh. Oh. Finish what you started. Ah. Ah. Oh. Okay. No, I need that. I need that. Thank you. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. Oh. Well, I guess we have other ones to do. Whoop. Oh. If I remember with these, there's like a thin margin of error. Like if you don't do the heart right, it is not good. Um, and with a mouse. Oh, I was thinking I didn't do a very good job. I thought it was a good heart. Um, this way. Sam, come meet me at Colton Hill. You know where to find me, Brian. Due date for Miss Lacey's book report is right around the corner, and I'm still not finished. Only if I wasn't too disturbed. Normally, I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Jenny has a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches a conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him, so she starts making a list of all the basic girls who also have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish the report with enough time for a revise. P.S. I wonder how Brian is doing with his assignments. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking for my help with some of his works and I gladly agreed to? Why would I do that? Because by helping Brian focus on his practices so he can bring trophies to our beloved school, it becomes safe to say I am taking part in a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons, right? I wanted so bad to be close to Brian. So close I can peep into his beautiful head. So close I can just lean into him and tell him my deepest desires. You. So close that I can whisper, "Don't leave me, don't go away, don't smile for others." Don't look away. Okay. Oh! Oh! No! 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 Oh, it's like fighting me. No, 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 no. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not going to look away. Oh my god. Oh. I don't wanna. Stacy invited everyone to the late post-victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen, but to think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would love showing off how tolerant she could be. I prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude for me not to be there. He was nothing but nice to me since I met him, so the least I could do was show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe, just maybe, I could even piss her off if I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. An Omega hanging out with an Alpha? Kyle would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I mess up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam. Just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? Like staring into closed eyes, I could never know if Bede knew I was looking at him. Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew, but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but what's the point when the stench is still there? I started to think the only way to get Bede's attention was to throw myself off Colton Hill. How did I come so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about Bede without any noise getting in the way. No matter what happens next, it would at least give me some sort of closure and peace. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. They made me want to puke. They smile as if their relationship with Brian meant anything. And yet, I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Rosen Peak. B was so determined about leaving that being a star player wasn't enough for him. B needed to be a fucking model student. Nothing says pick me to college admissions like a spotless student record. You know, and it's obvious this obsession in this diary. And when somebody claims that they just love someone so much, yet are jealous about the wonderful things that the person does for themselves. If you truly loved someone, you would be happy and want the best for them, which obviously is not the case here. You can't just shake up my whole world and leave. Supposed to pull this one out too. It's still rattling. Yep. Oh man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I don't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me. You feeling okay? No, I was not okay. Why is Brian asking me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went from being quiet to crazy happy and cute, his words, not mine, real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam, you've reached a new low in life. Shit, is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was any good place to kill myself. He said maybe now is a good time to show you my secret hideout, since I passed the test by showing the whole school a different me. Is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Rosen Peak with Brian. There's something in my head that's keeping me awake, and it's not a hangover. I'd be more concerned with the fact that you, even jokingly, said you're gonna, throw yourself off a cliff, and he says, well, hey, let me take you to a hill. Suicide suspected and death of missing teenager. The girl of 17 who was found dead at Colton Hill likely ended her own life, police say. Sam Holt, a transfer student of Waywright Academy, had been reported missing for 6 days until Rosen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to days of heavy rain around the time of her death, the investigation on Miss Holt's death faced new challenges. However, interviews with school faculty members and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill after months of rejection from her peers. She was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before her disappearance. It must have worked as a tipping point for her. Rosen Peak police say that the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It is possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Waywright Academy now faces suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of Miss Holt. Oh, no, we're not done yet. What else are we missing? And I guess the knock came from the front door. Um... Oh my god, Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town, the whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of the spot was that it was quite hidden and unsafe. You could easily roll down the hill if you were careless or drunk, and no one could find you for days. How awesome is that? After reading that article, being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident, though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with the views like this, too. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the hill's view back with me. There's a reason why I gave up photography as a hobby in the first place. At least a close-up shot of Brian was not half as bad. When I came back down from the hill, it became clear that my life just became a bit more messed up now. I know because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Brian's secret hideout. A closed Colton Hill hiking route discovered by himself so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, but it had a great view. I wished it could be our special place. Ours and only ours. Colton Hill is nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Why did he have to break my fucking heart? Was I just one of his many friends? Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave, even after I told him we won't be together anymore. He thought he was too good for Rosen Peak, and me. To him, I was just a background in his picture. don't deserve a face. Oh. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingled. Um, I'm sorry. I was trying to read. Can't stop thinking about Mingled, mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sort of like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has a crush on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without context, but it's actually kind of cute. She finally stands on top, but Michael finds out what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart by saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Things work out in the end, but that's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael, popular, has killer biceps, busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I can tell Brian that one day I'm here for him. I guess that does go there. Do I need this? No, it says I can put it down. Brian got what he wanted in the end. He left Rosen Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drowned in my own endless nightmare. Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie. Whispers that eat away my brain, piece by piece, no matter how hard I try to. Oh God, I hear them again. Are you in a healthy relationship? Take this quick survey to find out. One must take as much as one gives. I don't know how to select. Maybe with the mouse? No? Okay. Obsession is a stronger form of love. No. No one can have what you can't. No. B never loved you. No and no. Because you are a selfish little shit. All your problems are caused by you. It's all your fault. Results are in. It looks like you still have your eyes closed shut. Okay. Then keep them shut. How long will you last this time? It's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack in my heart. Miss Lacey gave us an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make a parody of the classics as long as we stick to the ABCB rhyme. So I took the liberty of letting my imagination go ABC berserk. Here is a slight taste of my early work. Roses are red, violets are blue. My life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. I could have waited for Brian to ask for my help with homework again, but I decided to make the first move this time. And guess what? He said he can handle it alone. Call me paranoid, but I'm worried I might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. P.S. I've decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors in the girls' dorm are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy, though, if you know what I mean. I even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided not to ignore this hunch. The crack in his heart, and it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark, and I must look for them in the dark. Okay. I don't like the sound of this. Oh. Oh, buddy. I cherish your smile. Excellent. Oh. Oh, there we go. I was like, I can't see. Nope. This way? Good to know. I'm stuck. Where's the door? Oh, there it is. Oops. Okay. I don't know. Is that everything in here? Guess so. Oh, that was the wall. Oh, the refrigerator gives me some light. That's nice. That's still the refrigerator. Oh. Oop. Okay. Oh, ABC. Okay. I cherish your smile. I indulge in your gaze. They keep me so warm, like endless sun rays. With Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff. I must say, the teachers here don't give their poor students a break just because a test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle who always find excuses to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you are a sports star, you'll end up with douches like him, no matter how nice a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much. I don't need conversation to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is friggin' Stacy Langings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. It would be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. She has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask your boyfriend out for a drive. Geez, have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. My picture's disappeared. Do I not have light? Do I still need this? Oh. I just gotta turn the lights on. Oh, that's creepy. That breathing. Don't ever do that to anyone. Can we turn the page yet? No. Don't do that either. Or that. Can I just... Oh. Can I turn the light on yet? No, of course we can't. Come up in the bathroom? Ugh. Our bathroom got a lot bigger. What the fuck are you smiling at? Okay. Now, if I remember right, I gotta somehow, like... I think maybe take a picture. I gotta get in one of those stalls from that guy. Maybe I have to, like, avoid him? Yeah. Well, that wasn't it. Or maybe I gotta... Maybe I do have to dodge him a little bit more. Okay. Which is easier said than done. It's hard, you only have so many, you know, or there's so much time between the flashes. Um. Oh. I guess it went back. It said, "Follow me." Ugh. Oh my god. I can't see. Obviously, that's kind of the point. Whoa! Okay. Our room is getting grosser and grosser. There was a consulting session for Greenheart College student programs at the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give a visit and spend my precious after-school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at the early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead I ran from my room, jumped to my bed, and out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls, too. At first, I thought whoever drew them must be very insecure about their relationship, but the truth is, I wish I had a relationship to be insecure about. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the walls, too. But seeing Brian at the college booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I thought of staying here at Rosen Peak, but with Brian preparing to leave, there's just no point in it. No Brian, no hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit. Hopefully, I'll wake up next week. I wake up without waking up. Same rainy night, my lifeless room, endless nightmare. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. This Brian really must be something. Long time ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change, but every day was still just like every day. He was still a school star. I was still just his friend. When you live in Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it could ruin B and everything around him. So that's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned. I kept telling myself, maybe after graduation I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward. But I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. I was a poor kid crawled up in bed. Poor? Do I really deserve that charity title? Am I really the victim of all of this? Who was here to judge me anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me? Like someone's always trying to judge me? Stacy. How did the invite go? She in or not? Oh, she's coming. Dorks like her can't say no to parties like this. Sweet. Time to give her the drama she wants so bad. It's because of her. The moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a bitch, but now she's just unstable. It wasn't even the past that first I wasn't even past the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing shit for you," before storming away. Then she saw me. I was her next target. She strutted towards me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to fucking San Diego?" Whoa, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I really saw them hanging out recently, but I didn't know things were this intense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said, "Never mind," and walked away. What was that about? What did he mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason is something I've dreamed of. That doesn't mean I actually did it. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on indeed? A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That was all she was to me. Hell, that was all she was to everyone else. But then, I saw them talking in the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could tell what was going on. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. A change was happening, and I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either. And she could never stand letting an easy social prey slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. She took pictures of some of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted and childish game. The diary had no special meaning to me, not until I read about how Brian took that on a tour of the town. He had no interest in girls whatsoever, and suddenly, now he's hanging out with an outsider? At that moment, I got tired of doing nothing. I knew I had to do something, so I gave Stacy an idea. It was going to be easy. Spike her drink, get her wasted, and humiliate the shit out of the city girl in front of everyone. Only then would she know her place. It could have been so simple, only if B didn't get in the way. Bummer, was hoping to do nasty stuff to her drunk ass. Still can't believe Brian had to take her away like that. Though bitches like Sam does tend to make some people feel sorry. Did she mention something about her dad in the diary? Bet she has some nasty daddy issues too. I know. How about we show everyone how needy a bitch can be? Sounds fun, but how? Oh. So it was kind of obvious from the writing styles that the diary in front of you and the pages were probably not from the same person. It does kind of lead that like maybe this was the beginning and they started losing it towards the end. But obviously we know now it was somebody, it's somebody else's diary that we're reading into about not only B, but now Sam. Oh. I don't even know how to describe what happened this morning. This is fucked up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds, my brain was cut off from whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were dozens of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were pictures of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, then at me, and then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me, the face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something, anything to him. But the floor started spinning and people started whispering like they knew what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class. Of course, Stacy must have had something to do with this. I looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with everyone. I can't sleep. Brian's not answering any of my texts. There's no one to talk to. B kept saying nothing was going on between them, but I wasn't about to believe everything was just fine. In my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama she didn't deserve. She deserved shit. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamed of. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of the little shit's diary pages to me. That's how I found out about their little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into fucking nothing. How could B do this to us? The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. It's weird. I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary. At the same time, I felt something, a reminder of how I felt when I fell for B. How it felt so right and terribly wrong. Screaming into my pillow never helped with making the feelings go away. Did you find the diary yet? Babe, I think you're taking this too seriously. Did you find it or not? I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, don't you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up? You're bailing on me now? Forget it. Please, babe, maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl. I said forget it. You caught on yet? The school counselor called me today. Mr. Fems asked me if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the fucking hearts spelled S and B. And what? Just because the initials are S and B, suddenly every damn name that starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And guess what even crazier words are on the street? Sam Holt, the daughter of a sex offender, craves forbidden love. How on earth did Stacy find out about Dad? Why would she do so much to fuck up my life? And where is she? Is she... You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words that describe this fucked up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again so far from home. And so soon. Brian, please, please say something. Then I remembered. She wrote something about her dad. It must have had something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt arrested for sexually assaulting a teenager. It was beautiful. Found the perfect ending. All I had to do next was fill in the rest of the story. Sam Holt calls Brian from a payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. How did Sam's dad even get married? He likes little girls, doesn't he? Maybe Sam's mom used to be the pervert's victim. Sam Holt takes Brian's picture and keeps him hidden in her locker. That Sam girl's got some balls. Everyone's talking about her pervy dad and she's still showing up to class? Respect. Sam Holt draws hearts all over school to let others know Brian is hers. Oh my god, how could Sam Holt not kill herself? If my dad went on the news for touching teens, that's bye-bye world for me. LOL. A needy city girl with a huge hole to fill. A hole left by her sweet old daddy. She was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, even Brian, could think otherwise. I made all the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It wasn't easy. I almost got caught taking a picture of Brian using the restroom. But I kept going. Every picture I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took in her locker. It was a happy coincidence that Bea was there to see the spectacular unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal. And then Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm gonna hide. Oh. Nope. Okay. In the closet. Oof, okay. I wait for it to come over here. Go. Right here. Just kidding, you're gonna die. I'm done watching you get away with the shit you've done to me. Did you really think I wouldn't find out what's going on? I know you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her. Well, I had my share of fun when I told Brian what you've been doing. You should have seen the face he made when I got to the part about you drawing those hearts all over school. Hope you enjoy your happy life now there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at the college poster. What? Did you like the girl in the poster too? Is that why you tore her face off? You need help, and don't bother calling me, Stacy. Please, man, Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. It's a meaningless prank, that's all. Please, B, don't do this. Text me back, please. The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. He was so angry at me. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical. So fucking typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time, someone had to pay for it. So, now that it's kind of very clear, the diary we're reading is of Kyle. And of course, Stacy thinks that Kyle's doing it because he's interested in Sam, when really, he's in love with B, or Brian. So, now that obviously Stacy's left him, which I don't think bothered him as much, Brian's not talking to him because Stacy, even though she had it that Kyle wanted Sam, it's still, she told him what Kyle did, so Brian's not talking to him. And obviously Sam is paying really the biggest price of all. Whoa. Oh, no. Waiting for someone? Kyle, what are you doing here? You just can't stay away from him, can you? You know you don't deserve him. I don't know what you're talking about. Our lives are ruined because of you. Hey, don't come any... So he remembers that he wrote the note to lure her here. So he took her bag. That probably, I would guess, still has her diary in it too. Oh, there's the note. Get rid of that evidence. Oh, yeah, her diary. Um, it was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did I? It doesn't matter now. Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted to college. He left town right after graduation. The fact that he's a star athlete with notable school record worked like a charm. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peak since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much, with him being attached to his hometown. He kept his plan mostly a secret. He hated the attention he was getting as a star who lost his mom. If people found out his plan, they would surely be talking about it too. But he did hint about leaving, and I tried hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over the school were laughing at me. They were making fun of my impending doom. They were all saying, "Haha, see? You're gonna die here alone." Maybe I knew. I knew that Bea took an interest in Sam because she was just a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to do anything for any guy who was nice to her. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon, anger took control of me. And I just needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger stayed. It still haunts me in my sleep, and every time I open my eyes, it just gets worse. And again, it's time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body just so I can forget my past for a few minutes? It's just like the story Miss Lacey once told us about, the shortest horror story in the world. The last man on earth heard a knock on the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door. I don't know who it is, but I keep the door locked. No one comes in, no one goes out. I'm so tired. Just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. But what about my diary? The one I've been keeping to remind myself how I'm the victim of everything that's happened. I don't know what I would do without it. What will keep me from going insane? So here comes the big question. Should I keep it? So, in his mind, the one I've been keeping to remind myself how I am the victim of everything that's happened. I don't know what I would do without it. What will keep me from going insane? So if he keeps it, it's like it's keeping the delusion alive. If we get rid of it, it would kind of make him spiral. Alright, well, let's have him keep it. I'm not giving up the only thing that's left for me. Nothing's my fault. I'm not letting go of anything ever again. Just turn off the lights, go to bed. Maybe everything will be better tomorrow. Oh, do I need to turn that light off? Well, our place is clean. Which is weird. And very empty. Birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day. Let's open the door. Got dark. I believe the first playthrough, I think maybe we got rid of the diary. I remember like there being a fire and like maybe the police showing up. Um, I know there are different endings. I think based on that choice. So maybe I did the other ending. I'd have to almost go back, and it is worth almost playing again sooner just to see what the different endings are. Um, it's a very heavy story, you know, compared to. I mean, yes, it had a few jump scares. Yes, it's got the creeps and the sounds, but the overall idea of the story is very heavy and not at all, you know, fantasy, unfortunately. Um, it's it's sad, and it's, I think what makes it the scariest is just how true and often you kind of hear these stories. So it's definitely one that after I played it, it stayed with me for quite a while. But it is what makes this genre that good is it gets inside your skin, and it creeps you from that inside out. So even with the context of the story, it is a good horror game because of that realism to it. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. I know topics like this are very hard, and of course, if you are ever having, you know, feelings like this, always reach out. There are a lot of resources out there to reach out and talk to people. Of course, she, you know, she didn't kill herself. She was murdered. But he definitely had thoughts. She did have some thoughts. Um, you know, and the bullying, that's a whole nother side of it with high school. But just know you're never alone. No matter what, you're never alone. Um, but this was Love Sam. I hope you were able to enjoy it in some facet or another. Hit the like button if you did. Let me know in the comments any of your thoughts. And as always, subscribe, follow along as we keep delving into these indie horror games. Stay nerdy.